still there.
At least I think it's just going another way. At least in my hometown, it's usual. You go Friday evening, get some pizza, bring your PCs over a friend's house, get in the basement.
Private LAN.
Yeah, private LAN. Put 8 PCs together and have some fun. At least that's why a little bit I'm disappointing a little bit on Battlefield Bad Company 2 that has no LAN and also no co-op and something, but because that's just one thing we enjoyed in 1942, for example. You just go.
Any other Battlefield title?
Yeah, at least I played a lot BF2 and Desert Combat as well, so it's just you have 8 people and you go ahead against 60 bots and you just kick their asses. So it's at least if you play with if you play
I do booted up 1942 as soon as Desert Combat came out. Loaded up what was it, Bocage with the Apache. He's like, all right, I got a gunner. Yep, 64 bots. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, I've been there. I think one of the things is with the push towards kind of making a persistent soldier, making a persistent career out of things. It creates technical hurdles for us to do the LAN thing. It's like, okay, well, it's as you pointed out, if you don't have an internet connection, I know a lot of the LANs they don't have an internet connection available. It's really expensive. If you have a 300 person or even an 8 person LAN, like having a broadband line that can support that is difficult. So if you don't have that connection, how do we get your soldier? How do we get that information and those sort of things?
In Battlefield there were the online and the offline accounts. Is there something like that possible?
I think those sort of things are. I mean, like I said, we're still in discussion with them about them. I think the EA LAN group has been talking with us about how can we make this happen, how can we make it possible. Is it something that we can organize through the EA group? The LAN guys, they're out showing the EA flag, so to speak, and representing Battlefield. Can they bring something along? And then I think there's a feeling of we want to be able to support that, but we also want to be able to deliver an experience to all players that they have a persistent career, and it's a matter of balancing the two out. I would love to see okay. I talked about we did a clan mode in 2142, and then 3 other clan mods came out anyways. So it's like, okay, what is it that is wanted is something that, me as a clan guy, it's like, well, I could say what the tournaments and things that I played in did, or on 2142 it was like you had a base set, and you couldn't pick, you couldn't grab the unlock, you couldn't grab a power or whatever. What's enough, what's too much, what kind of things are there, and there's of course the concern of if you have a mode where you unlock everything, what value does that give to the persistent system we built and that career growth progression and things like that. So there's a balance issue there for us in terms of that. But I would love to hear more feedback about, all we really need is all the team play stuff, and we're cool. It's like that might be, those sort of things we need to hear from the community so we can respond to them and take some action and get things done.
At least I got something in my mind just now. If you start, I said the bad word, Call of Duty, you get on this weapon range first, and you test the weapons out. I think something like that would be useful for also the multiplayer in Bad Company 2. At least I got it with the sniper weapons on the beta. First you got the M24. And later on you get the SV89 or something. At least I was looking forward to that weapon, and sadly I got a little bit disappointing because I always switched back to the M24 at least, because it was the most powerful. Yeah, it was in my opinion really the best weapon in the beta for the sniper. And Yeah, I would like to test those out because
Are you camping Wookiee Mountain?
No.
Let's be honest. Are you sitting on Wookiee Hill?
I sit in the houses is much more powerful.
I think that's a really interesting point about what roles the guns fit, because this is something that I think.
It's something that you always take into consideration when you do the balancing. That what are the guns supposed to do, and how can we make them different and unique, but not make one so much better than the other? And then there's the take of course, the realism of the game, like what type of guns do you use today, and so on.
I think one of the things that because Battlefield is so diverse, and there's so many different ways you can play the game, and with the customizations that we've added, and specializations that you can pick up, and you can put scopes on stuff and change things around. We've built weapons around kind of different roles, and sniper is a good example of this. In terms of you've got the semi-auto one, which if you're sit back and pick off that really important target, you probably don't want that rifle. But if you're like me, I'm more like a combat sniper, designated marksman. I want to run with my squad. I'm throwing the motion sensor up there, sending the guy in with the assault rifle, and then I'm sitting back and going, okay, if somebody's threatening my squad, I've got the range to do it, and I pick a different gun.
It's a lot of a matter of what your tastes for your playing style is about. I mean, of course you can end up with a situation where you have one gun and the next one is actually, it doesn't fit your style as much as the previous one, but then maybe the third is really, the best fit for you.
It's just, at least we also only have Port Valdez, because maybe in jungle setting the other ones are fitting my style better, but it's just like, if you're playing that class just to get those unlocked, because you don't, at least sniper is a bad example in that, but maybe the engineer or the medics, I'm not good at those big weapons, I just shoot nothing, but I wanted to get the unlocks.
Right.
So I need to play that weapon which is not fitting my style, and it's just about, because you said you don't want to unlock everything. But on the other hand, I would like to get it because I can test it out, so I don't need to waste time to get the unlocks, even if I say the other weapons are also not my style. So
I think that's one of the cool things about Battlefield, though, is we've kept the tradition of dropping a whole kit. It looks like a gun on the ground, but have you guys seen the how to not play like a noob video?
yeah,
okay. That guy's awesome. He's like, it looks like a gun, but it's actually the soul of the soldier that's just died on the battlefield. It's his whole kit, it's everything that makes him up. And so it's like, I think I've spent a lot of time, okay, I just killed that guy, and he's been running around with this gun that I don't have yet. I don't play engineer, or I don't play assault, or I haven't advanced as far. Pick it up, use it, see if you get to like it. It's like that progression system, that ranking through it, is like you can find that gun, kind of that guy's kit is like a temporary power up for you, so to speak. And I think it's one of the things that makes us different in terms of the way we balance the game and the way we build a multiplayer experience, is that we strive to make sure that, maybe in this situation this gun is better. If I've got the F2000 and I'm in real close, I'm gonna beat some guy that's got an AN-94. But at distance, I'm going to lose to that gun, and just because I've got that gun unlocked doesn't make me a better player. It means that I can have a more specific role, or I can play a bit more the way I want to play, rather than just saying, oh look, it's the same gun, except it does twice the damage. Why would I ever use this one anymore? There's still people running around in PS3 beta and the PC beta who've unlocked 3-4 assault rifles, and they're still using the AK because they just like it. It's the one they wanted, and I think that's really important to us. And with being able to pick up kits and things, you can experience other things and see other sides of it. It gives players motivation to go play medic.